Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today we are talking about Primexbt. Alright, so Primexbt is a crypto exchange that I've gotten to know, I believe, a couple of months ago, and I've basically been using this one ever since BitMEX decided to make verifications a mandatory thing, as Primexbt does not have that. Today will be a deep dive into everything I've learned about this exchange and why it has some cool features that others do not have, but of course, I'll be having a very nuanced opinion, as even though this video is sponsored by Primexbt, it is not going to be overly positive. I will always, as I've said before, give you guys my honest opinion and explain exactly why I would or would not use this platform. So having said that, let's take a look at a review that I found online that actually is better than I would ever be able to make it myself. All right, so we don't know whether or not this was actually sponsored, but I don't think it really matters. The point is that they give facts here, which are the easiest for us to kind of build upon. As we don't get an opinion right here, we get some facts about what this cryptocurrency exchange is all about. However, we don't actually need that to get to the real basics of everything, as the start would be, how does it work? Well, it's a little bit different than your normal exchange that you might be familiar with, as it has some features that they do not, which we'll get to in just a second. But starting it off, it is actually only possible to deposit crypto on here. You cannot use fiat, which you might see as a positive or a negative thing. But I always think about BitMEX in this sense. It's pretty damn similar, but basically a BitMEX Plus, as it has some extra features. But the reason I decided to quit BitMEX was because they were involved in a couple of scandals. They had a KYC requirement and some other issues right there, and I just wanted to disassociate myself with them, so I completely quit the platform. However, I was looking for another leverage platform. In this case here, Primexbt actually allows you to trade times 100, and on things like, for example, Forex, you can even trade times 1,000, which you'll find if you check through here. There's so much. You can even make your own workplaces here, as you can see. You can go through everything and just customize it all to the core, which I found really damn interesting. Really, a lot of customization options, by the way. I didn't fully explore this myself just quite yet, as I think you can already do a lot with just the standard features right here, using TradingView on the side possibly. But as I said before, you don't even need TradingView if you are using this, but that is all a side note. So talking about the more important part, you can only deposit Bitcoin and only take out Bitcoin basically, or crypto for that matter. So it's a little bit more strange than a lot of the exchanges you're used to, but that also comes with the ease that you can actually trade a lot of things on here, not just BTC, but a ton of freaking things. You're already seeing here a couple of fiat pairs as well, and you can basically trade almost anything on there, with the idea that this is officially not open to US, all right? If you're from the US watching, you have to use a VPN, but they're not as strict as BitMEX, where they'll just instantly take out your account. I actually believe you'll get a warning like that, but I cannot be too certain about that. I'm personally not from the US, so I do not know how it works, but if you read up a little bit, I believe a lot of people have said that if you use a VPN, they'll most likely just give you a warning like that, or say, hey, get off. With BitMEX, they just close your account instantly, which did happen to some of our accounts before. Very annoying, but that is all once more a side note. We're talking about this one right now. And again, a reason I would then again decide to use it though, even if I were to be from the US, is possibly because, well, you got to find some leverage platforms, and this one is pretty damn simple and straightforward, but also because you can trade so many things on there. There's literally anything that you like to trade, most likely is on there. Having said that, that's like 1/4 basically. Another part is Turbo. Now, this is not something that I usually go for. You just might have seen a little Turbo segment as I tried it out. It's basically, you bet if the price is going to go up or down over the next 10 or 15 minutes. And I personally think this is the most stupid thing ever, as I will definitely not be profitable if this were to be my, my thing. Yet I do think it's pretty fun to go for, right? Again, if we just press down, maybe we would have been right that this was the top and in 10 minutes it's going to be down. But yeah, that's something I think a lot of people will be here for, or use the exchange for, the whole platform for. By the way, Primexbt, a lot of people do not know that XBT is actually Bitcoin. XBT stands for, the X is how you normally nominate a currency or denominate a currency that's not from a specific country. And BT just stands for Bitcoin. So Prime Bitcoin is basically what it says right there. And I saw some sources say that, so a lot of these institutional investors, they like to use XBT for this, that, this, that. It is just a different way to name it. And it's more so the official name of the currency in a, I guess, a national, international manner, right? So we're talking about USD, for example. It is United States dollar, right? So the I guess the US in that sense is for United States and then dollar for dollar. But you get the picture where X means no currency out there. And the same thing for XRP. You could call it X for no country. And then RP for Ripple or Ripples. At least that's the way that I view it. I do not know if it's actually officially true, but I do think it is. So that's one feature, the turbo one. We can go for 10 minutes, a quick up or down. It's basically kind of you can almost call it gambling, really. I wouldn't call it gambling, but you know, you can definitely put some thought into being like that. There's also a leaderboard for if you're a competitive type of guy or people who've actually won a ton of money with this. You might be wondering, Dusty, why is there no freaking money in your account right here? Why are you showing us this? What are you doing? It's because I actually was debating on whether or not I should use my own personal account here. But then, I had a little thought. I do not think it is a smart idea for me to show my exact holdings that I have in this exchange right now while I'm making this video for everybody to see. So I decided to make a fresh account to show you guys all of this. And I know that might be a little bit annoying as the margin, for example, is not showcased right now and stuff like that, but I do think it adds a little bit of a layer of security for me, and I don't think it really matters because it's about the features anyway. But yeah, then another thing they have, which I'm also a little bit new to, but is quite interesting, I guess it's also something Binance does not have, is Covesting. I cannot give you guys an exact rulebook of how it is going to work. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself if you're interested. I'm just saying again that it's a possibility on here. I'm personally using this mostly for the leverage trading. I like that a lot. I do it a lot, and I always meme around with it with friends. So I'm on here mostly 2 hours, 3 hours a day at least, and I use it a lot. By the way, if you want to go about that, literally just go to your chart that you want to go for, press buy. It's as simple as that. Things will show themselves. It is that simple. For example, you can also put in a stop loss and whatnot if you want to. It is all ridiculously straightforward. It is too simple. Even a cow could do it. But the more interesting part is this Covesting. And again, I will not be able to tell you exactly how it is going to work, as I personally don't like to follow others. But I definitely think some of you out there watching right now can make a profitable strategy out of this, as it just shows people who made some portfolio that they are sharing. And you can basically decide to follow that too. They have some ratios for it. No idea exactly how it works. I think they have to level up to get their equity cap up, yada, yada, yada. Just go check it out. However, it is interesting because you can see this guy, for example, is in 3,900% profit over the last however long. You can just check it out here, year to date, for example. We can see at the start he was already up like 100% or so, and I guess since the start, since he started all of this, and so forth and so on. I guess year to date here is not completely correct, maybe because, yeah, it's just showing the last year or so. I'm not too sure about that. Also, the rating is 3 because, I would always say the guys who make this amount of profit most likely have something really bad going for themselves. And the thing here is that the price of his portfolio, or basically the return or profit, went down from about 18,000% to right around 4,000%. So even though this looks really good, it's actually only been going down for a little while. And that's why I would always say be careful a little bit when going for co-vesting strategies or platforms. Always look a little bit better at, for example, what's doing good right now or what has started to become active. Because I think that's where you have the highest, I guess, the lowest risk to actually get a good one. Now, the rating is definitely not going to be high, but I think also with eToro's copy trader and stuff like that, if you go for one that's already been running for a ton of days, there's a higher chance you're actually going to lose money. Right? Or if you're going for one that has the most amount of followers, there's a higher chance you're going to lose money rather than one that's at the bottom, or one that's, for example, shown consecutive gains. For example, here, Charidos or whatever his name is, if he's really showing that he has continuous gains over a longer period of time, you have to question for yourself, would it have been worth it if I just had put money into BTC, XRP, or some coin like that on my own? Or if I actually were to follow his, and again, if you weigh it off and it is actually open, because again, there are rules attached to this, which I'm not too familiar with, you might be able to check it out or go for it. Again, just check it out is all I'm saying. It might be something for you. You also have analysis on here. Again, you might want this. I don't really see exactly why you would go for it. I personally never press analysis like this. I always just go on TradingView myself, but that's maybe because it's a habit type of thing. I guess they just wanted to make it so that you have everything in just one platform like that, so you can do every single thing on here at once. You can see there's just options for literally everything. I guess commodities is the official name for it. The freaking indexes, the what's it called? Forex, literally anything you can do on there. I think most of you guys will be interested in either the leverage or maybe the COVID. No, I think everything is kind of interesting, huh? Everything has its appeal here. I personally have been using it quite a lot. And once more, there's benefits and negative sides to it. The negative side, I would say, is that it is a little bit less regulated than an exchange like maybe Coinbase. That would definitely be a lot more regulated than this one, as again, it's a crypto type of thing. Then, of course, it also has some benefits. For example, there's no KYC. So, again, you can already kind of guess why that would be better for some people. I personally like that a lot. I only go for exchanges that have no KYC. And another thing I saw people had to watch out for was, for example, there is a bonus. If you make an account, open an account, you actually get a bonus. But I saw some guys in videos say, if you have that position open for too long, you only have the bonus for X amount of time, so they might close that because you have to close your profit within a certain amount of time to actually benefit the bonus. Now, I really tried looking up exactly if there's some limits to this or something like that. I could not find it, and I might be able to ask the support. I can just maybe send an email or something like that to figure it out for you guys, and if I do, I will definitely put it in the comment section if I decide to co-contact the support. Otherwise, just be careful a little bit with that you read the rules exactly if you were getting some bonus, because I do believe if you deposit money that you get some bonus, which is not cash outable, but that you can trade with. And people were asking about the fees / security. I saw in other people talking about it. Here's again how the leverage is working, which is pretty damn big. You can see everything about in this freaking review. It was pretty damn nice. You see how it goes? But a little bit below, you can actually see what assets they have, everything. Here's the fees. All right, the fees are low, all good. The financing fees, you can check everything out yourselves. And what else was there? There was another point here. What was withdrawals or deposits? It's also pretty straightforward. It's just there's no fiat, all right? So that's something you really got to remember for yourself for a little second. No fiat, so you're going to have to get yourself some crypto first. And again, it's a leverage platform like Primexbt, so it's not if you just want to buy and hold some crypto. This is definitely not going to be your thing. It's about making some real freaking money on here, all right? Again, this is not financial advice, as you can definitely lose money here. You can put in a ton of freaking things yourselves. It's so freaking optimizable or customizable. You'll see by just fidgeting around with it for a little bit. I'm personally trading with a pretty large sum of money because that's my half my day, I guess, worth of doing. I do a lot of Instagram, I do a lot of leverage trading, and yeah, as of this point, I haven't had any issues. If it ever arises, though, I will tell you guys about it, and I would never deposit all my funds onto one exchange. I like to keep most of my money in hardware wallets. This is just stuff I usually go for example, with a little trade stash, right? If I have some money that I want to trade with, I usually go to these platforms. And I know some people that have been using this for months upon months upon months, so from that perspective, all good as well. But yeah, what else can I say, guys? I've just been using it myself, and you just check it out. They also have an app. I guess it has 3.5 stars. That's not the best thing. Customer support, I've actually not tested either. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below how fast they are with that. They also have a top on top referral system. You can find it somewhere in the account section, I believe. I don't have any referrals, but whatever. There's like a multi-layered referral type of system that if you refer people, you get a 20%, I guess, cut of their fees. And if they refer people, you actually get another cut of those ones as well. It's like a layered system. So yeah, if you just refer people, you actually get more money out of those as well. That's maybe something interesting for you. Go check it out. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. That was it.